Go check out, see where he's at. Bobby! Where you at? Oh, there goes George, the boxing genius.
Man, what's up, man?
The Little Caesars Palace was packed last night, the upset against Broner.
Yeah, man, big fight, man. This is the closing out, by the way. People from SBNboxing.com. This is George, the boxing genius, whoever don't know me. The big analyst of boxing. And, you know, I want to wish you all, you know, because it might be our last year here, you know, to close out the year. We had a hell of a fight here last night. I mean, there was some brawls, you know. Seeing guys like Zuma at 175. We had Keith Thurman, another prospect coming up in that 147. We also had the big fight, which was Broner against Madonna, you know, and we also had Santa Cruz, you know, at the super bantamweight. But anyway, going back to Broner, hey, man, I thought, again, I said, we all said Madonna was not a joke. And you know what? Broner is not Mayweather. You know, Mayweather is Mayweather, and the dude is just a joke to me, man. You know, he's a more of a pussy. He thinks he was in wrestling, you know, in Wrestling Mania, you know, with that showboating he did with Madonna with that little headbutt. He crawled on his knees and climbed to the referee. He was looking for disqualification because he was getting his ass whooped. He thought the referee was going to disqualify maybe Madonna for doing that, but eventually he got wrong.
But 147, it's a big group of fighters.
Oh yeah, 147 is no joke. You got Mayweather, the title holder. Then you got Bradley. Then you got Pac-Man, who just came and beat up on Brandon Rios. Then you have Marquez. Then you have that kid again, Keith Thurman. Then you have Madonna. You have Sean Porter, who upset Devon Alexander also the week before last.
They got some big fights.
You got some big fighters in there. I don't think that Broner can hang around with all those guys.
What about Madonna? What do you think is next for Madonna?
Well, that thing for Madonna to me, we got a couple of guys for next year. I have a fun, you know, it'd be a good fight maybe Brandon Rios, because you get a good test of Broner. But, you know, Brandon Rios would be a good test. It'll also be a good test.
Rios came off a loss. That's back-to-back losses. So is Broner. So I think Broner and Rios will be a good matchup. But Madonna, he needs to take on like a Timothy Bradley.
Yeah, you know, Timothy Bradley, or even that guy, Prodanikov, the Russian. But the Russian also just came off a loss with Bradley. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that could happen in that welterweight division. But honestly, you know, hey, Broner does not need to be there. And if he wants to go back to 140, 140 is just as bad. You know, I mean, it might be a little bit easier for him, but hey, man, to get the title from Danny, you had to.
But with all these prospects at 147 looking good, Amir Khan's not even at 147. Now he's getting the top dog at 147.
That
his first
is all
fight.
A bunch of bullshit. I keep saying that I don't. You know, that's what pisses me off. You know, Mayweather fans. I don't like that. And by the way, he's pressured. He's being pressured by WBC. WBC, I'm understanding, might make Pac-Man one, forcing Mayweather to say, look, dude, this is going to happen in 2014.
The number one contender. You got to fight the number one, number two contender.
You're gone. So what is best for Mayweather? Honestly, he's going to probably have to take on Bradley. And that'll be a dud-ass fight. Honestly, even though he's undefeated, Bradley is going to be a dead duck fight. You need to take the best, which is called Pac-Man. And like I said to you people, I always say to you people, to be the best, you got to beat the best. Mayweather, if he wants to show to me that he's the best, you better go take on Pac-Man. And don't come back.
How do you think the Pac-Man versus Broner fight would have been?
Man, don't even talk about that. That crazy Filipino would have knocked his ass out in two. Broner cannot take punishment and punches from all different angles. You go ask Brandon Rios that shit, you see what he tell you.
I want to see Porter versus Paulie Malignaggi. See how that goes.
Sean Porter?
Yeah, Sean Porter versus Paulie.
I mean, Sean Porter's good, you know. Like I said, he not underestimated. I just knew that
he beat the shit out of Devin.
He beat the shit out of Devin.
He just roughed him up.
But Alexander, if we look at it, Alexander was given the fight to Amir Khan. Amir Khan beat him way back a couple of years ago in Philadelphia, his hometown. You know, and they took that fight away from Amir Khan. You know, I think honestly Amir Khan beat him. So, you know, by going back, Devon Alexander really haven't proven shit.
Well, they said Bernard Hopkins and Danny Garcia, or actually Bernard Hopkins said that was the worst shit that Broner did. Instead of being a man and standing up there waiting to get interviewed, he was like, I can see if it was a robbery. That's what Hopkins says. If it was a robbery, then yes, the fans will, you know, they'll understand you leaving. But it was a clear victory, and you need to man up and take the heat.
Right, that's bad sportsmanship. Go out there and tell the fans or somebody, you know, stay in the ring and say, look, I underestimated this guy. He really destroyed me. Like Howard said, like Brandon Rios did with Pac-Man. He stood there and he said, look, I could not. This guy comes at me from all different angles. He hit me with shots.
You're right.
You know, he has hand speed. You know, I underestimated the guy.
They were throwing shit at him. They were throwing all kinds of shit at him.
This guy won. He gets his ass whooped. Then he plays off like he got really hurt with a goddamn headbutt. Come on, pussy ass. And then you mess around here trying to be like Mayweather. Mayweather is Mayweather.
Well, the only reason Broner gets away with stuff like this because Mayweather puts him as a little brother, and you know
Mayweather gonna get rid of his ass now.
Yeah, but Broner has to have a better team. His corner, his training, his manager, everybody needs to get fit.
Broner needs to do something because he ain't gonna be around. One is Mayweather's not gonna want him under his belt anymore, under his wing. He's gonna say, "Oh no, man, you can't be here."
Well,
man.
Mayweather Facebook, he said, you know, he took a photo of him and Broner and said, you know, much respect to my little brother, and true champions come back off of losses.
Right, but you know, hey, you can't do that. I mean, but you know, by the way, you know, like I said, people, you know, from SBNboxing.com, you know, I want to wish everybody out there a nice, happy, safe, blessed Merry Christmas and the new year coming in. And you know, for next year, 2014, I know we're going to have some hell of a fights. And we'll also be watching again here at the Blue MGM Studios. And thanks you people for being subscribed to SBNboxing.com. And for those of you guys that you talk a lot about this old man, this bullshit guy, this fat guy, I could all tell you, you know, besides wishing you that safe, blessed Merry Christmas, especially I am O Ching, who tells me, oh, why that insult at the end of the thing? Go fuck yourself. You know why? Because, by the way, they call me the boxing genius. I am O Ching. What the fuck are you looking at? A Chinese menu to get your goddamn clown name? So, you know, I am O Ching. You stay old, you fuck. And don't bother me talking shit. Thanks a lot for subscribing, though, you know? Keep watching the videos because you said, oh, by the way, there's another clown. And, a Cuban, and Guajiro. I call you guys Guajiro because, you know, we're partners. Guajiros, Boricuas are called Jibaros. I call Cubans Guajiro. Cubano, Barreta. Oh, I told that guy 2 months ago that Lada was his, hey, go fuck yourself too, Cubanita. Okay, Cubanita. I don't hear that shit. I said I cleared myself up. And again, I am not a guy who's going to make all the big predictions. If not, I'll be in Vegas making big bucks. If I knew all what was going to happen. I just analyze fights. I may call bad fights. I may call good fights. But you know what? You're still watching my video, Cubanita. Okay? So you keep watching my video. But
you don't really got to analyze to see Broner got his ass whipped last week.
You don't got to analyze all that shit. You know? All I'm saying is, go have yourselves a very nice Christmas, though. A safe one. Love you guys for subscribing. God bless. I'll see y'all next year. Adios.